I was recently asked on Instagram to create some videos showing a walkthrough of the rooms in my house so that I can talk things through in a bit more detail. And I quickly realised that even with a longer reel centred on just one room, there's just not enough time to get everything across. So I thought this is the perfect excuse to start a YouTube series on it. So that is what I'm doing right now. So I'll turn the camera around and talk through some of the decisions that we made in the bathroom. I will caveat that by saying that actually I think bathrooms are hard. There's definitely things that we would do differently. There are also things that aren't quite finished, a couple of niggly bits that we know we would change. So yeah, I'll stop going on and I will just turn you around and get into it. So this is the only main bathroom that we have in the house, which seems to shock people, mostly Americans actually. They seem to think that we don't wash, but I promise that we do. And when you come off the hallway, the first thing that you see is the sink. One of my favourite things in this room is the mirror. This is from Pookie, and I love like the bubbles and the texture that it adds to this room. If I take you down a little bit, this is our sink. I think one of the things that we've realised about this bathroom is that we don't have enough storage. So if I was going to do the bathroom again, I would go for like an antique unit here, like with a marble top and maybe like one of those bowl sinks that you can get from, I think they're called the London Basin Company. But yeah, it's a great sink. I just think we've missed out on a storage opportunity there. So that is something that I would change. What I'm going to do to try and solve that problem is we've got some reclaimed, let me just lift you up there, some reclaimed antique floorboards. So I'm going to get some brass, lovely pretty brass brackets and add a shelf up there. And I thought I could get some sort of wicker storage baskets and stuff like that, just so we've got somewhere to put loo rolls and things like that. So if I just come back a little bit, that's as far as I can get back with this camera, which is a shame. Let's see, let's go down with that. So one of the decisions we made quite early on in this room is that we wanted to add paneling. I quite like bathrooms that feel more like a room and not necessarily bathroomy, if you know what I mean. So I like not having tiles everywhere. So we went for this paneling, which is made of MDF strips with beading on the inside and across the top. We have a gold towel rail over there, which is nice because it keeps our towels nice and warm in the winter. And I thrifted a little stool there that's quite handy if you want to put things on it when you're in the bath, or I use it for styling for Instagram. One of the compromises we had to make in this room is the position of the toilet. Obviously underneath a window is really not ideal. It wouldn't have been what we've chosen, but if you look out here, this is where our kitchen extension runs. And so we were really limited with plumbing choices. So unfortunately, it did have to stay there. If I take you down to the flooring, this is from a company called Original Style. Their tiles are just really beautiful. And I love that this mirrors the tiles that we have downstairs in our hallway, so it sort of makes the house feel cohesive. So if I take you over to this side of the room, quite often I'm asked what wallpaper this is, but it is a tile. Again, this is from Original Style, and I don't know if you can see on the camera, but it's got like a really nice matte textured feel, which makes it feel softer to me than just a hard plain tile. So for blinds, we went for this lovely William Morris pattern from Blinds to Go. One of the things I really love about it, and my husband does as well actually, if I just bring this down a second, you might be able to see, is that when we're in the bath, it's hard to see with the light coming through, but in the pattern you can see different faces. So I feel like there's almost like a deer with antlers here, and the longer you look at it, the more faces you can see. And I just find that really relaxing when we're in the bath, or I'm in the bath, singular, not plural. It's quite relaxing looking at the blinds, picking out more faces. One of the things I'm asked about the most in this room is the bathtub. It is copper with a verdigris finish on the outside, and I absolutely love it. When I first got in the bath, I was a little unsure whether I'd made the right decision, because if you're used to sitting in just a standard normal tub, this feels quite upright when you first get in it, but once you're used to it, absolutely love it. And I love that it's quite deep, so you always feel warm in it. This board here was made from one of the reclaimed floorboards that I mentioned earlier. I have been meaning to oil it or seal it in some way, but I haven't just yet. But I like that it looks rustic, and it's really handy for putting shampoo bottles on or resting a cup of tea. The sink and the toilet are from a company called Burlington, and we went for the gold finish. We didn't go for a mixer tap because I quite like the antique look of them being separate, but I may change that in future houses because it is actually quite annoying when you're trying to wash your face. Like, having a mixer tap is definitely better for that. If you're looking to treat yourself to fancy hand washes and hand lotions, I cannot recommend Penhaligon's enough. It is pricey, but this one's Halfetti and it smells absolutely incredible. You can use it on your body and your face, and I need to top those up because they are running out. But yeah, highly recommend those. They smell incredible. So there are quite a few things in this house, in this room even, that aren't quite finished. So for example, I haven't put a toilet roll holder here yet. I'm on the hunt for something brass and antique looking. I think I accept that rooms take time and that you won't necessarily have everything finished at once. At least that's not the way it works for me. It takes me years to actually finish a space. On the walls, I already had these actually, but it was handy that it tied in with the blinds. I have some William Morris prints, and I've got another one just over here. One of the things I love about this room as well is the way this doorway frames the Lucy Annabelle wallpaper that we have in the hallway. I just think it looks really cute, and I like that when I'm looking in the mirror, I get that pattern behind me. I really, really love that. Stepping back, the lights are from Soho Lighting. We actually have quite a few Soho Lighting lights in our house. This is a brass pendant light. And over here we have a wall light. This is what I'd have on most of the time because I don't really like intense lights, so I like something softer when I'm in the bath. If we did the room again, I would definitely put a dimmer switch on. We haven't got a dimmer switch, we've just got these light switches, which incidentally I love. They're from Corsten. But ideally it would be nice to be able to dim the light when you're in the bath, because I don't know, I think there's like a neurodivergent thing in me that just hates really bright lights. So coming back to the bath area, one thing that I'm asked a lot is, does the water go everywhere? And the short answer is yes. The floor is tanked, but we do intend to get a gold or brass traditional sort of shower curtain rail here and a plain white shower curtain. But I'll be completely honest, we haven't done it yet because the curtain rail alone is something like £300. So, you know, these things just take time because I'm not made of money. So that is a whistle stop tour of the bathroom. I think I've answered as many questions as I could think of. But if you have any questions or if there's anything else you would like to know, just drop me a message and I will do my best to help. See you next time.